Baby, what is going on? What is going on? Happy Sunday. You are listening to the Get Right Radio Show with the baddest bitch on the block, Eric Devante. Kelvin is at home handling some family business, so we are sending our love and support to Kelvin. However, we have two very special guests on the Get Right Radio Show this week. We have the ladies of Speak Up JV. With me in person, I have Vernisa.
Hey.
First off, thank you for setting me up.
Gotcha.
We're going to talk about the struggle to get this show live and going. We also have Jen calling in remotely today, blessing us. Let me make sure I can see the face because baby, the skin is glowing.
Always, right?
And we want to make sure that we highlight that. Now, y'all know anytime I'm on the board, it's hell, okay? It's absolute hell. I haven't touched this thing in months and for good reason. So let's just start off by how are you ladies doing?
Doing pretty good. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. I'm so excited to have you guys here. I think the first time I met you was at the Good News Retreat that we did. Like, how long ago was that?
Oh, like what, 4 months roughly? Yeah.
Baby, it was giving block party in there.
I know. I wanted to stay in part, turn up.
Look, I was like, I didn't know the Good News was rolling that deep. Because we've been here since like Keith first started it. And then I think it was like maybe 4 or 5 shows. Wow. So to like move to that moment and see that room packed like that, I was like, oh shit, it's giving Source Awards. It's giving BET.
Shoot, all the growth, right?
Yes, we love to see it. Thank you both again so much for being here. Let's just hop right on in. How's your week's been?
Pretty
Jen,
good.
you want to take this off?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy it's the weekend for sure, but it was a pretty good week. Had a little bit of car trouble, still figuring that out, but getting through it.
Baby, cars, blessing and a curse, okay? They get you where you need to go, but gas prices are in hell.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to pay for maintenance.
Exactly.
It's a ghetto world. It's a ghetto world.
Yes.
So I'm wishing you the best. Where do you live? I mean, you don't have to give specifics because you know people is crazy, but like, where are you staying?
Yeah, I live in the San Fernando Valley.
Oh shit, you need a car.
Exactly, yeah.
You need a car. All right, girl, I'm sending you good luck. Good high vibrational energy and finances.
Appreciate that.
Vernisa.
Oh, great week.
Okay.
Been happy all week. Been my motto's been to enjoy life. So I've been trying to find little moments to do that in between. I spent the day with Jen yesterday. So best friend time is always nice for the week.
Are you in San Fernando Valley as well?
I live in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Keep it local. Keep it local.
Look.
Well, not really.
Man.
The travel is cheaper.
it's still hot though too.
I love that. Okay. So how did you two meet?
Ooh,
Yeah.
How did y'all meet?
In college.
Really? Where'd y'all go?
UC Santa Cruz, go Banana Slugs, if anybody knows.
Right. That is a specific ass mascot.
Everyone knows it too.
What does it look as a banana slug real?
Like people kiss it on graduation. That's like a tradition. We didn't do it, but
okay.
I
love that.
They're in the forest.
And how long ago did y'all meet?
10 years ago.
Wow, come on, decade of friendship.
Best friendship.
That's when you know it's real. So I'm trying to think, what did I do this week? I love that you were talking about just being in high vibrational spirits and just like making the most of life. Like that's important, especially because the world is really in the gutter right now. Like every time you open the news, it's some wild shit happening. And I'm just like, you know what? Find your peace where you can, because baby, you're the only one that can provide it for yourself at this point.
Thank you. That's the gym already.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. This week, what did I do? I went on a date this week.
Ooh, how was it?
It was cool. It's cool. The men are getting chivalrous. I thought it was dead. It's not dead. Like guys really do want to like put forth the effort, but I feel like it's a thing where guys are only willing to give the effort. Guys will give the effort when they want to give the effort.
Yes.
And I was reading this thread earlier today. It was talking about how, well, it was this woman basically screaming on a podcast. And she was talking about how if a guy is really interested in you, he'll write you at least once a day. And then other people were arguing that, you know, people get busy, life circumstances happen, so people don't always have the time to do that. And I was like, because I typically lean on the side of if you're interested in me, you will find the time to hit me up at least once a day, even if it's not an extended conversation, just something to be like, hey, thinking about you. Can't really talk much, but just so they, you know, just so they put the effort out there. How do you ladies feel about that?
Oh, I like that because you said the effort.
Yeah.
I think anything we do, think about how busy we are. You still find time to talk to certain people, your parents, any of your family members, your loved ones. Right. I agree with that. Even if it's a short, sweet message or you just send them something quick. I think that's true. Yeah.
Jen?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. No one's too busy. I'm sorry, you go to the bathroom, right? So you could send a quick text in the bathroom.
Right.
Yeah.
You make time for the things you care to make time for.
Exactly.
What's a priority? Yeah.
I was like,
I'm not for the pride thing. Like, I'm not cool and don't say nothing. You want to say something, say it. Shoot.
Yeah, you want to double text? Double text. Maybe triple it up.
That's right.
But also read the room, because sometimes there are some guys that give a lot of effort and I'm not necessarily reciprocating it. But I guess that should be my job to be like, this isn't for me, but it'd be easier for me to ghost.
That communication. I know. I've been working on that too, because
it's hard.
I don't like the ghost feeling, being ghosted. So I'm like, nah, I gotta at least make it clear. Like,
right. And I just be trying to figure out my intention. I think intention is the most important thing in dating, and I'm learning that now because I'm sticking my toe in the water. Because before I was kind of like, men are a distraction. I just want to focus on what I came here to do. I'm from New York originally, so I came out here to grind. But I'm like, if the men is calling, let me pick up the phone.
On the west side.
So I went on a date. What else have I been doing? Just a lot of work. I started my work study at T. Millie Dance Studios in NoHo. So I'm excited about that. Free dance classes to come.
Oh, shoot. Here we go.
Yeah. So it's going up. My week has been pretty good. It's been hot as hell.
Look, you see us with the shorts on today.
Look, it was about to give coochie cutter. I was like, Eric, find something and get there.
Coochie daddy.
Find something and get there, because I was like a few minutes late, and that's why I was saying thanks to Vernisa, because she had everything set up. Okay, she helped me with the butt system. StreamYard. She don't even use StreamYard. The Spreaker system, because Kelvin typically does this. And Kelvin, I have so much appreciation for you. When you come back, I got to give you a hug, because I didn't know I was giving it up like this. I didn't know it was giving it up like this. How much time do we have? We got 5 minutes. You know what?
This segment.
Cool. We're going to hop into Bitch You Better Read and try and make it do what it do. As soon as I can find. Child, God bless us today.
Okay.
Yeah, period. All right. It's time for Bitch You Better Read, ladies and gentlemen. So number 1. An Asian journalist reportedly denied a promotion for being the wrong minority. So an Asian American journalist has filed a lawsuit against her former employer for allegedly refusing to promote her for being the wrong minority at a Kansas-based news station. The former news anchor says that she was declined a promotion from a news director due to her ethnicity. Megan Murphy, also known as Megan Dillard, worked for Fox 4 in 2014 after signing a 3-year contract and signed another deal in 2017 when she was promoted to a news anchor. According to the lawsuit, Murphy expressed interest in the lead anchor position for the evening news after a former colleague identified as DR announced she was leaving the station. Her boss, Sean McNamara, allegedly refused to offer Murphy the position due to her race. She was not Black/African American, which defendant considered to be the right minority, the suit reads. The position reportedly remained open until 2020, when the station, Christelle Bell, an African American journalist, resigned from her position in 2019. So Murphy currently works as a director of public relations for the Independent School District, despite signing a 3-year contract with Fox 4. She claims that discriminatory motives left her no choice but to resign. She is suing Nexstar Media Group, a parent company that owns the news station, and is seeking damages under Section 1981 of the Civil Rights Act. According to KCUR, Nexstar is being based in Irvine, Texas, and is the largest television owner in the country with 199 stations. Twitter users have supported Murphy's lawsuit, stating that it is a prime example of removing critical race theory from schools due to Murphy allegedly being denied a promotion due to her ethnicity. Murphy nor Fox 4 has commented on the lawsuit at this time. Another day in this country. Another day in this country. Wow. And I don't know, like for me personally, being Black, if I take this as a badge of honor that they're looking to fill this space with another Black person, because I feel like it's not necessarily based on talent. It's more so based on a quota and affirmative action. Okay. So it's not like you're putting me there because I have the goods. You're putting me there so that way
you're look a certain way.
Right. Avoiding any potential scrutiny. Jen, let me ask you, how do you feel about this situation, and how would you navigate a situation like this?
I think I would have taken the same route she did, honestly. I mean, at the end of the day, it should be based on talent. Like, I don't think it should be, meeting a certain quota on a certain minority group or anything like that. Like, I think that's where a lot of companies kind of hit the mark on this whole diversity thing that they're trying to do, which I appreciate the intentions of the movement, I guess. But It's more of like, let's still focus on who are the people there that are still trying to move up and, you know, kind of go from there.
Right. Who's getting the job done? Like, let's keep it a being. Because, I mean, you could bring another Black person in, but if they're shit, your station's shit.
Right.
You know? So, Vernisa, talk to me.
I would say if they was doing the right thing in the beginning, we wouldn't even they wouldn't even have to make certain positions like, oh, we're trying to hire a Black person. Y'all weren't doing y'all part at the beginning. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I feel like now it's affecting other people because of that. It should have just be just the talent base and everything.
Right.
But it just shows how much how much we are marginalized to where stuff like this is taking place as Black people. Yeah.
And how do you feel about like these corporations pandering to different cultural groups and kind of just like right now it's Pride season, so everyone has a rainbow flag and doing the extra gay shit. And I'm like, sidebar, all these fucking rainbows, I don't even like that. I don't I don't know who y'all are branding towards, but I'm like, that shit is loud. Like, I just like men. Just straight across the board. So how do you feel about these corporations just like pandering to different groups? Do you feel like it's necessary? Do you feel like there's a way to do it tactfully, or do you feel like just how do they navigate? Because you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I don't think it needs to be overly done. I think recognize, acknowledge, but then like when you're doing it like overly, I feel like you're trying to fill that quota. You're trying to make it seem like you're placing it right. How do people really feel about it?
Right.
We could put up a flag all day, but if you're behind closed doors talking about these people, you know, making racist comments, you know, making comments about gay people.
Right.
Is it real?
Right.
Is it genuine to support?
Right.
That's all I want to know. If it's genuine, do your thing.
That's
put the flags
what I want to
up,
know.
You know, all that.
Yeah.
To celebrate Juneteenth, do it all. But if you just doing it for the fake, the funk, that's where it's like, okay, makes me question the overly of it.
You know what this reminds me of? Do y'all remember? I don't remember what the reason was, but like Nancy Pelosi and like the rest of like the House had on these what is it? These kente cloths, stoles,
dashikis and all that. Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? What in the Coming to America is happening? And that's my thing. I'm just like, there are ways to do this tastefully without making a fool of us and yourselves. Mostly yourselves. Because I was like, girl, this is the ghetto. This is the ghetto. I want to move on to number 2, but I know we're about to like go right into commercial break.
Yes.
So we just going to push it on over there. Now, Vernisa,
yes.
You know.
Yes.
Okay.
So after the 8 seconds, you know what to do. We'll be back in 3 minutes, y'all. We will be back with some good tea.
We'll be back with more Bitch You Better Read.
Woo!
It's at Joxer Dailies in Culver City. They have a full bar and a full menu.
Hey, I may need to tell people about this as well.
Yes, come with me. Let's tell them. The podcast pit is coming. The podcast pit is coming.
Hey, what's up, business owners? Are you looking to take your business a step forward? Are you looking for more people to know what you have to offer? You are in luck. The Good News Radio has a special deal for you right now. You can get a commercial slot 4 times a day, every day for a month. If you are interested, email contact@tgnradio.net for more information.
Yo, this is Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked, and even though they extra as hell, check out Never Not Extra on TGN Network.
That's right.
Y'all gotta have no cue cards, teleprompter.
Hey, Shariq LeMay.
Hey, what up, Jay Pinkay?
You already know what it is. You pulling up with me on Thursdays?
Oh, you already know Thursdays is lit.
What we doing?
We live on Limelight Live on TGN Talk.
You already know 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern for our East Coast folks. And hey, Kelvin, why don't you join us sometimes?
Oh, gee, if you think I'm ready.
All right, Kelvin.
What a clown. I can't.
We'll see you then.
Hey, what's up? This is Jasmine Gates. I am the host of the New Black History Maker Show, where we cover all things Black, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we know you want to be in on this conversation. So make sure you catch us live every Friday at 3:30 p.m. on TGN Talk.
Hey, my name is Jasmine Sweets, and I'm so excited to be bringing you The Sweet Spot on TGN Vibes, Good Vibes, and R&B. Playing the old school, new school, and in between. I'm coming to you this summer. Stay tuned.
Are you trying to buy a home, car, or make other investments and being discriminated against because of your credit score? At credit909.com, our professionals can help you remove judgments, student loans, child support, medical bills, and other erroneous and negative items on your credit report. Call 800-752-9763 today for a free credit analysis.
All right, I'm figuring it out. And we are back. You are listening to the Get Right Radio Show, and I am with the ladies of Speak Up JV. Okay, round two. We are still in Bitch You Better Read. And number two, Saucy Santana is currently under fire because some tweets from like 2014 came up about him talking bad about Blue Ivy, and baby, the people are not here for it. They're trying to drag that ass all through Pride season. So Saucy Santana says internet users won't force him to publicly apologize to Beyonce and Blue Ivy for childish and hateful tweets. It looks like cancel culture isn't going to squeeze an apology out of Saucy Santana. On Friday, the Material Girl rapper made it clear where he stands after being a trending topic on the wrong side of the beehive. Much of his approach involved an indifference to requests by fans for an apology to Beyonce and Blue Ivy. Resurfaced tweets from 2014 show Santana trash talking a pregnant Beyonce and toddler Blue Ivy. Before ripping into cancel culture, Santana published screenshots of past positive tweets naming Beyonce. Unfortunately, the enthusiasm in those tweets, including quoting her Lemonade album and complimenting a performance, did not match 2014 energy. At the time, the rising rapper suggested that Blue was not only a nappy-headed child, but no match for Northwest in the looks department. As for Beyonce, he called the pregnant mother of twins dry-looking in a quote tweet of someone praising her pregnant glow. Nonetheless, according to the rapper's Friday response, he will only apologize to those he offended, no matter how people online feel about it. Fake woke ass bitches. This is a tweet from Santana. Fake woke ass bitches. People don't care about old tweets. The internet has this weird thing with power, thinking that they have the power to cancel someone. Newsflash, you don't. Y'all be thinking y'all have someone by the balls about a situation that you don't really give a damn about. The rapper continued to air his thoughts just seconds apart. Then, in a follow-up tweet, he highlighted the humanity behind famous people and his increasing public silence. Celebrities are humans, not robots, and they damn for sure ain't perfect, Santana wrote. I still talk about a bitch like a dog till this day. Not publicly, because my opinions matter to a lot of people now, but I be chilling. I don't even insert myself in shit that don't involve me. Still going, he blamed the trending moment on miserable, broke people attempting to ruin people's careers. He then took accountability for the tweets before claiming to have a different mindset 8 years later. Stop all that cap, trying to ruin people's careers because you're at home miserable and broke. I was miserable and broke too, making childish, hateful tweets in 2014. I'm 28 years old now, a grown-ass adult, a completely different mindset on life from when I was 20, but y'all knew that. Santana then retweeted a message of support that said, y'all want to find a reason to hate Saucy Santana so bad. It's giving dangerously in love. He added the word dangerously to the apparent Beyonce reference. It appeared that Santana was not only tweeting, but reading the multi-platform responses to his words. He aimed at the people in the comment sections, urging him to apologize. It be the people in the comments trying to force you to apologize or say sorry. To who? To y'all? If I did something to offend someone, I should apologize to them, he wrote. Not you, bitches. I think that's what it is. Enough blanks to fill out the word bitch. Told y'all, y'all think y'all got power over people, but go ahead. Santana seemed to settle after his last jab at social media users speaking on his responses. But then artist and DJ Beat King advised Santana to give an apology, and things got fiery again. Man, this is the tweet from Beat King. Man, at Saucy Santana, bruh, you need to just apologize on stage tomorrow at Summer Jam because you got a whole show in Houston tomorrow, and the Houston Beehive hit a little different. The Walk rapper shot back at Beat King, accusing him of seeking a viral moment rather than giving genuine advice. Bruh, you deadass texted me to help you get a song with Carisha, Santana responded. That means you got my number. Don't speak to me publicly with no bullshit trying to get a moment. You could have texted that or had no comment at all. Beat King didn't hold back his Twitter fingers. The DJ called out the rapper for responding to his tweet, but leaving his messages on red. So you saw the text and didn't reply, LOL, but you can reply on Twitter about apologizing to a child, Beat King wrote. Was just trying to warn you about my city publicly to maybe ease the tension tomorrow, but you got it. Santana then took the opportunity to let Beat King know two things. He doesn't need any help, nor will he be apologizing on any stage. I ain't replying because I couldn't help you, just like I don't need you to help me, Santana said. Why would I go to a show and apologize to a crowd? I'm finna show you how to do this shit tomorrow. When a Twitter user pointed out Beat King's lack of malicious intent, Santana said his comment had viral intent behind them. Saucy for real, for
That
real.
was a lot of juice.
It was a lot.
All over the-
Okay, so let's break this down part.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the initial tweets that Santana wrote in 2014 about Blue and Beyonce?
I mean, I have a thing against people speaking on someone's child, celebrity or not. Like, I don't think the child is ever at fault for anything. Like, they don't even have the ability to defend themselves. And then this is why I'm big on be mindful of what you post online, right? No matter what mentality you have or platform you have or don't have, you just never know what's going to happen. And then, yeah, what's online is going to be posted forever. So, I don't think he should have made that comment to begin with, especially about a baby. And you know, I'm sorry, like the Beyonce fans, the Beehive, whatever, like they're vicious. So
Right, vicious as fuck. You ain't ever lied, Vernisa.
I agree with Jen about the kids and all that stuff. And it's funny how people want to talk about the internet, like, oh, people. I feel like he was searching for clout. When you say certain things like that, but then get mad because people are using clout to get back at you with the clout. So it's like everyone was doing it.
Shit comes back around tenfold. So it's true what Jen said. Like, be careful what you post on social media because that stuff is up there forever. However, I will be making a fast scroll through my Twitter to like I might just delete the account altogether because I don't remember what I was saying back in 2012 to 2015, but I know I was like a hot pocket at the mouth. So like I'm like, if any of this comes to the light, baby,
especially with you blowing up.
Yeah, you're right. Let me shut it down before it gets hot. So now let me ask you, how do you guys feel about people going through old tweets trying to find something to get you canceled?
This cancel culture,
because it's a real thing. You know, people support you one day and then the next they're plotting on your demise.
Like Jen said, be careful what you post on the internet because internet, even if they're old tweets, you said it. You know, it's what you putting out there, what you want. Because our social media image is the image you want to portray to the world. That's real. So if you want to, you openly saying this, and this, you're standing on that.
Right.
So I feel like it's what Jen said. Be careful what you're posting because you got people who are going. What's the way I could dig that? They are popping right now. I'm gonna drag them down. So are your ends plugged? All of them.
Right. Are your T's crossing and the I's dotted?
Right. And I feel like, you know, because it's already on the internet, it's free for all. You know, you can't get mad that somebody did go through your account and find it. Like, you know, it's like on Instagram, right? You have all your old pictures on there or whatever. If somebody goes through your account, they see a picture for whatever reason, you know, that was already on there. Like, we can't get mad when people find old dirt like that when, literally everything on the internet is accessible to everybody.
Right. And for me personally, I mean, Kelvin and I discussed this often about how like we were all on the side of like Megan Thee Stallion, and then like after a point she got too high and maybe became out of reach to some of us, and then it was like, let's bring her down a peg, let's humble her. And I feel like the same thing is happening right now with Santana. Now granted, I do feel like it's a little tasteless that he couldn't just go back and kind of like diffuse the situation on social media, because it really takes nothing to be like, look, I understand that this looks crazy, I shouldn't have said this, I apologize wholeheartedly. I also believe that he was one of those people that got like the Ivy Park package. Remember when Beyonce was sending people clothes? So I'm like, on top of that, like Beyonce has already acknowledged your existence and gave you free clothes. So it's kind of just like the least you could do on a professional front is to apologize. But I feel like a lot of new artists and a lot of new entertainers don't have PR. Well, they have PR, but they don't have what's the word? They don't have media training.
That's big.
And I'm like, you need that going forward, because right now I feel like this is the most access we've ever had to celebrities with social media. And I feel like a lot of times we feel connected to them, which is a blessing and a curse. But it's like you need someone that's getting paid to be like, hey, like, let's handle this way. Like, I know you want to be authentic and write whatever you want to write, but you're about to fuck some shit up and not in this way, you know? So I don't know. How do you guys feel about the current landscape with the access that we have to celebrities with social media and just kind of like what it's doing to the culture at the moment?
One thing I gotta say, me and Jen talk a lot on our show about like people bringing other people down so they can look good, and I feel like our generation focus a lot on that. Like, how can I make someone look bad so I get the attention on me? Like, I'm gonna talk shit and I'm gonna blow up because of that sentence I said. Like those random diss tracks. Like, where'd that come from? Like, you know, it happens a lot.
the diss tracks.
Yeah, and then the access to celebrities. I was talking to an old friend one day, and she said, "I miss when we didn't have that access. Like it was more like, you see them on the covers, you hear their music, because it's like you just know them as a celebrity. But it's like it's cool. They were like, being able to talk, but I just feel like it's getting messy now, or like we're catching ourselves comparing ourselves to celebrities now, because now we see them every day with their boo, what they do, and da. So now people in our generation, maybe a little younger than that, stuff like we're fine, but
right.
They're like, oh, if my man didn't buy me this bag, then it's not real love, because we're seeing what this. They got the money to do that. They're in that space, that financial thing. So I feel like like you said, it's a gift and a curse. Like, yeah, for the ones who you can really talk to, get their opinion, and it's cool. But that messiness, I'm against that. I think it fuels the toxicity of our generation.
Absolutely. That was good. I didn't even think about that. Like, at least not consciously, the comparison between what celebrities have and that celebrity mentality of like, if he's not buying you a Birkin, it's not real love. Baby, I just want him to give me a Big Mac to start. Like, meet me where you at. Like, and then we'll grow together. But I feel like that I did. Look, for my vegans. But like, let's start from there and then we'll work our way up. Jen, what do you think?
No, I agree 100%. I was going to say that it really is about how we use it, right? I think it comes down to the individual person on social media, because in a way it is cool, when like Nini and I have reached out to certain people for like either a pitch or whatever reason, and when they respond, like it's cool to know, wow, like we actually had access to them to be able to talk to them, make a networking with them or anything like that. But on the flip side, yeah, I see that whole comparison, especially with dating and all that, like people thinking they can go celebrity status when it's like, really, you're not even the same tax bracket as these people. Like, why are we trying to live up to that lifestyle when that what they make in a day is more than what we make in a year, probably,
That shit is wild.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother conversation, but that shit is wild. And then, I think like, I guess the blessing is sometimes that access has revealed things that we needed to know. I think a lot of times we dehumanize celebrities, and also I think we hop on their support team without knowing all the facts just because we support their artistry. Because it's like, I don't think R. Kelly is a good example, because we kind of had
it was in my head when you said it.
Because like back then we still had like the tapes and stuff, but I think like social media does a good job of like peeping things in your face constantly. So it's like certain things need to be brought to the forefront so that way you know who you're truly supporting.
I agree.
But yeah, I don't know. Santana, baby, you better clean it up. I really want to know how that Houston show went. I really want to know how that Houston show went. They don't play. They do not play about Beyonce. No. But what I will say, quick moment, is that a lot of people on social media really need to point their fingers back at themselves. Because I remember at that time specifically, everyone was having a field day talking about that child. Everyone. Yeah, it was hey, Keith.
Hey, Keith.
Hey, look, I want to talk about. I had to stream. I tried to call in, but I don't think the phone is on. But
look, Keith, you know,
going through it over here. We going through it.
It's all good. I'm just gonna come in this way. But interesting, y'all talk about that. I think it was the Jennifer. It was V who was saying people having access to celebrities now, and I thought it was interesting because I was watching Shark Tank last night, and it was a app called Candy where they let like actual like celebrities and people have conversations for a price. So I want to know, like, you think that's a good situation based on your comment? Like, people having access to celebrities, if they pay for it, is it cool? Or you think it still should have that like separation of like, I don't know, the unknown keeps them a celebrity, I guess.
I think for the app developer, it's a great idea. Because, a lot of times the hardest part about getting to these spaces is having access. So we need that. But I think it depends on the intention of the person getting the access. Because if you just want a viral moment, then you can get in there and say any type of wild thing. Like you can get in there and call them out their name. You could talk about their kids. You could go real left field with it. Or you can make this a business opportunity. You can get advice. You can schedule a lunch meeting. Like it's just about the intention of the person. And the brand developer is just, I think it's a great idea, but people are wild. And with social media, everyone wants a moment.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, we are doing it for the views. We know what it is. All right, that was what I just had to ask. I was like, I was watching this yesterday and that was interesting. So I thought it connected.
That's
and
good.
I think,
Jen, what do you think?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we need to remind ourselves too that everything is a tool, right? Like we keep saying social media is a tool. So it's all about how the people use it. Like I don't see social media as a bad thing. I just think, because everybody has different personalities, different intentions, it can turn into a thing. So it demonizes everything. So I can already see that app turning it to something else where they have to write all these policies and do all these like maybe background check. I don't know, whatever they would have to do, all these legalities that have to be placed in them when it should be something fun. Like, who wouldn't want a chance to meet their celebrity, even if it was for like 5 minutes or something like that, or even shorter, whatever, like if you have the money to pay for it. But yeah, because there's all kinds of people. But the thing is too, like, I think about it this way: any old person can come to a concert and cause a ruckus too. When they're fans of a celebrity, they're fanatics at that point too. So it really just depends, again, down to the person. But I like the idea. I think it's a cool concept, but I can already see people messing it up.
Yeah.
Because imagine what we could do as a network in terms of just reaching out for like celebrity guests.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right about that. I guess I never even thought about it like that.
Like it's just about the intention and what you want to do with it. V, what are your thoughts?
There are some people that would appreciate that 5 minutes and utilize it, like Jen and Keith were saying. So I think I'm for it, and I think the money should be a charge, because if you're gonna pay for it, you're gonna take it as a networking opportunity.
Maya's for sale right now on the app, so I don't know if any of y'all want Maya on y'all show, but she's available right now on the app. You know what I'm saying?
Say it again.
Yeah, but I saw it on Shark Tank and I thought it was an interesting idea. It's a black-owned company as well, so
love that.
Yeah, so I'm always.
Of course, you spend your free time watching Shark Tank. That makes.
I'm trying to get ideas, man. I'm trying to figure this shit out. You know what it is.
Always working.
Yeah, man. But appreciate y'all, man. I just want to hop in. That's it.
Thank you, Keith.
All right, see y'all later.
Shout out to the man with the plan.
Yes.
Keith, good news.
Woo, woo.
We love that. All right, let's get into number 3. This is for all my greedy hoes. So Krispy Kreme is giving away free donuts every day this summer. Look. Hey, look. Mouth watering. I can hear it through the headphone. While y'all are working on y'all summer bodies, Krispy Kreme is working to ensure everyone has a summer filled with its warm, delectable donuts. Earlier this year, rumors of Krispy Kreme giving out free donuts started making their rounds on TikTok after videos went viral showing users asking for free confections at Krispy Kreme locations. The playful hack seemed to be a trend a lot of folks were trying, but Krispy Kreme recently revealed that the rumors are true. The donut giant is currently handing out free donuts to customers who ask for them, while the hot light is lit up with no purchase necessary. I know that's fucking right. No, that's right. Krispy Kreme Chief Marketing Officer Dave Skinner explained the promotion is a means for the brand to contribute something positive to the lives of its customers as gas prices continue to rise. Right, because they got to spend gas to get there. This shit is a cycle. Everyone's in cahoots.
No one know what to do.
Look, they say we love our tradition of giving fans any donut that they want on National Donut Day. But with inflation on gas prices and everything else showing no signs of easing, we hope to brighten everyone's day every day this summer with our sweet new deal. Whether it's stopping by to grab a free hot, fresh, original glazed donut for yourself or picking up a dozen on Wednesday for the same price as a gallon of gas. Oh, smart.
Okay.
Smart. According to the brand's official press release, the new sweet new deal lasts throughout Labor Day and includes the following: a free donut of choice, no purchase necessary, and $1 on original glazed donuts with the purchase of any dozen on National Donut Day. A free original glazed donut at all locations anytime the hot light is on with no purchase necessary. Krispy Kreme also announced a promotion called Beat the Pump, in which they matched the price of a dozen original glazed donuts to that of the national average price of a gallon of gas. Which right now actually might be the same price as them donuts. Original.
Yeah. Let's be real.
I'm trying to play on words and play with
slick.
me. They're not slick. So are y'all like into Krispy Kreme?
I like it.
I used to be when I was younger.
It's kind of sweet, but yeah, I'll eat them.
It's just like sweet. It's just sweet.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say bread because it's just mostly sugar.
I don't crave it, but if someone gives me one, I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah. Well, are y'all natives of California originally?
Yes.
Okay, so like for me back east, like Dunkin' Donuts is the thing.
Yeah, that is.
But like once I came here, I saw that you guys have like actual donut shops. Like they bake them, they're fresh and all that. So I'm like, oh fuck a Dunkin' Donuts. But like
better than Dunkin' Donuts in my opinion. Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, even with Krispy Kreme, I'm like, first off, this shit is too sweet. It's diabetes waiting to build up. But like I see why people aren't really into it. But shout outs to Krispy Kreme for knowing what the people need.
Yeah, they give it. That's their way of giving back what they got. They don't.
And that's the proper way to pander. How we was talking about companies pandering to people. They know gas is high.
Look.
So shit, give the people a donut. Why
And
not?
if you go and get your free donut, you're more likely to buy another donut anyway. Because
Right.
you're like, oh, I'm gonna get a couple more and I get a free one. So
Right, because
that
I don't
helps.
just want one donut.
You don't.
Right.
I'm gonna go.
Right, I'm gonna go. The fuck? I just said gas is high. I'm like, let me get that. Let me get the one with the cream. Okay, like,
Oh shit.
all of it. Number 4. So a judge blocks Texas from investigating families with trans children who have received gender-affirming care. So in February, Texas Governor Greg Abbott ordered the state agencies to launch investigations targeting families with transgender youth. The governor wrote a letter to the state's Department of Family and Protective Services, urging them to look into gender-affirming care that disrupts puberty as a form of child abuse. However, according to the Associated Press, a judge temporarily blocked Abbott's order with a restraining order. The governor drew inspiration from a legal opinion published by State Attorney General Ken Paxton that same month. AG Ken suggested that Texas law should recognize gender-affirming medical care, such as surgeries or drugs, as child abuse if those elements affect puberty. In addition to doubling down on AG Ken's opinion, the governor encouraged professionals, including doctors, nurses, and teachers, to report families. However, he reminded professionals that choosing not to report instances of child abuse can lead to criminal penalties. According to CNN, 3 Texas families with transgender children responded to the state-led investigations by filing a lawsuit. Judge Jan Sofer's block will protect these 3 families by halting investigations against them. Additionally, the block prevents investigations against members of an advocacy group named PFLAG Incorporated, which joined the families in the lawsuit against the governor, DFPS, and the agency's commissioner, Jamie Masters. The PFLAG group includes more than 600 members in Texas. They say, I do not find that there is a sufficient reason to believe that the plaintiffs will suffer immediate and irreparable damage or injury if the commissioner and the Department of Family and Protective Services are allowed to continue to implement and enforce this new department rule that equates gender-affirming care with child abuse, Judge Jan said. So basically, to break this down,
Please.
People in Texas are trying to raise, well, I guess the governor is trying to raise the argument that any child that is contemplating, gender swap or gender changing procedure is should be considered child abuse because it's affecting their puberty in that state. Because obviously, if you convert genders, you're now getting like hormones from the opposite gender and all this stuff. So now they're trying to frame it as like you blocking that child's puberty, and now that should be seen as a form of child abuse. And this judge basically stopped it so that these families are not being investigated for basically adhering to the needs of their child at this age. And I know that this conversation is very layered because a lot of people raise the argument of children being too young to know, or be able to make such a big decision. Okay. So like, how do you guys feel first in regards to the idea of kids not being able to make that decision for themselves? And this is a safe space because I realize even as a part of the community, it's very hard. And I realize we're very touch and go with this topic because you don't want to offend people. You don't want to be canceled and you just want to be like hypersensitive to the situation. But I also think that we as just people need to have these conversations and create some type of understanding. And that's the only way we're going to move forward. So what do you guys think? V, I'll start with you.
Oh, I have no way to answer the question.
It's tough.
To be honest with you, because I'm not, it's just the thing, I'm not in the shoes. So it's like hard to like be like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really don't know how to answer
that's valid.
Yeah, I'm being honest.
A lot of times I'm like, I don't really know.
Because I don't know the anatomy of the body, what they're going through, how they're feeling and stuff like that, to be like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I'm not a parent of,
Right.
So I'm gonna be honest right now. I have no way to answer that question.
No, that's fair. Jen?
I mean, I have no set answer, but I'm big on education. So I feel like
I agree with her.
Something like that is going to happen, then maybe the parent and the child should be educated on like maybe the effects of going through, the change, what the hormones can do, all of that. I don't know if that already happens. I will say this, I'm not very educated.
I don't know. I feel like there could be a consultation that takes place, but I don't know.
Yeah, but like maybe an extensive thing where it's like for a year or something, they can go through this educational process, ask as many questions as possible, maybe talk to other people who are going through it or something. I don't know. I think that would be a step in it, but just like Vernice, I don't have a set answer. But yeah, I would start from there, I guess.
For me personally, the argument of people saying that like people don't know their sexuality at a young age. I disagree with that part of it, because for me, like, I remember as early as 3rd grade that I knew I was different. I didn't have the vocabulary to like label myself necessarily. People were calling me gay, but I don't think I knew what that meant, and I don't fully think that they knew what it meant. I think that they had like an idea, but you just know that it means different at that age. And I think that like I had feelings for boys when I was like super young. So I'm like, I don't question the fact that a trans individual or just a young kid could connect to those feelings early on. You may not have the range to explain it, but I feel like you know that something is not right.
I've heard that before.
So, you know, I try and have grace in that regard to kids. And then also, like, I've never been in that position. Like, you know, there were times where I was like, I feel like it would be easier if I was a girl, just because I wouldn't have to deal with the scrutiny of my Black family being like, just judging me. Like, if I was just naturally a girl and I like boys, this would be so much easier. There would be no conversation to be had, you know? So I do move in that sense, but it's a very layered topic.
Yeah, my thing is like, why do we accept people like as straight? Like, you know, as a child, like, how would you accept just a child telling you, you know, oh, I'm heterosexual, I like, you know, the opposite gender or whatever. But it's like when they come out as gay, we question them. You know, I think it should be like a neutral ground for everybody. Like, we can't assume heterosexuality is the norm. Like, I was reading something a while back where it was saying we should have like almost a coming out for anything, you know, like for heterosexuality too. Like, hey, announcing I am straight, you know, officially I am gay. Like, it shouldn't be. I mean, even though like obviously that's more layered too, but I just think, yeah, it should be neutral ground up until a certain point where the child should have that safe space to say if they are straight or gay.
Because when do we even check that box? Like, when do we even check that box? Like, from the moment we're
come
born.
out later and stuff.
Yeah. It just is what it is. And for me personally, I feel like just listening to your child, like asking the questions, maybe like seeking advice from someone in the community that they can connect to, and just trying to create some type of understanding before just like denouncing it and then isolating the child, because ultimately you're doing more damage than anything else.
And that's how they pull from the family.
Right. And then ultimately, sometimes it can be a bunch of like, it can be a snowball effect. And I don't want to make this like this trauma story saying like, you know, all trans kids necessarily get like shunned and turned away to the streets and do like prostitution and drugs. And it doesn't have to be that. But sometimes in the worst case scenario, that's what happens. And it's just because certain people are not willing to get that education and just create that space of understanding. Right. I think a lot of just like cisgender heterosexual people want to control the narrative, and they don't realize how damaging that is. Like, I'm sure even you guys have seen it, like maybe growing up having to wear like dresses or having to sit a certain way or expected to play with certain toys or have certain interests. And it's just like, what if I fucking don't? What if I just don't have those interests? But we'll get into this some more after this commercial break. We have one more part of Bitch You Better Read. Don't. What if I just don't have those interests? But we'll get into this some more after this commercial break. We have one more part of Bitch You Better Read.
Yo, what's cracking, fools? It's your boy, Caesar Leo. Caesar Leo knows it all. Check me out every Tuesday at 1 p.m. right here on TGN Latinx, the authority in radio and podcast. Let's go, baby. And what? Fool, you don't like it? So what? Are you looking to buy a home? Are you looking to sell your home? If your answer is yes, call the Walker Group at 310-421-6464. With over 18 years experience, the Walker Group has serviced clients throughout Southern California with their real estate need. Let us be of service to you as well. Once again, call the Walker Group at 310-421-6464 or visit our website at www.exprealty.com. Once again, that's www.exprealty.com.
Hey, my name is Jasmine Sweets, and I'm so excited to be bringing you the Sweet Spot on TGN Vibes, Good Vibes, and R&B. Playing the old school, new school, and in between. I'm coming to you this summer. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, it's the Primos Chidos.
Hopefully you're enjoying this show, but if it sucks, be sure to check out our show, live Thursdays at 12.
Yeah, join me and my sister and basically my brother as we discuss everything from immigration to ejaculation.
If that sounds interesting, then we're the show for you.
Warning, the following podcast features discussion of sensitive topics, graphic content, and uncensored stupidity. Unless otherwise stated, the featured content is not discussed by professionals or experts. TGN and the Primos Chilos must advise against taking anything said on this program too seriously. Viewer discretion is advised.
Manuel Jones, also known as Zach, the original Black Ranger. Hey, and make sure you're checking out TGN Radio. Hey.
Peace, family, brother Reza. So I'm here. You already know I'm checking in with TGN Radio, Black owned. So you already know that's where I'm at. Tap in.
Hey there, business owners. Don't miss our limited time offer. Advertise on the Good News Radio as low as $2 per commercial slot. That's right. Promote your business up to 4 times a day, every day for a month on live radio. If you're interested, email us at contact@tgnradio.net. Once again, that's contact@tgnradio.net.
Hey, Jackie, what's wrong?
I'm over here running around trying to tell everybody about the Podcast Pit.
What's the Podcast Pit?
I'm glad you asked. The Podcast Pit is an event where you will find some of your favorite podcasts performing in front of a live audience.
Will there be food and drinks there?
Of course there will be. It's at Joxer Dailies in Culver City. They have a full bar and a full menu.
Hey, I may need to tell people about this as well.
Yes, come with me. Let's tell them.
The Podcast Pit is coming. The Podcast Pit is coming. Hey, Jackie, what's wrong?
I'm over here running around trying to tell everybody about the Podcast Pit.
What's the Podcast Pit?
I'm glad you asked. The Podcast Pit is an event where you will find some of your favorite podcasts performing in front of a live audience.
Will there be food and drinks there?
Of course there will.
And we are back. You are listening to the Get Right Radio Show, and I have the ladies of Speak Up JV.
Woo!
And we're about to wrap up this last part of Bitch You Better Read. So number 5 is actually going to be our Shut the Fuck Up today, because you know what? Shut the fuck up. In more ways than one, honestly. So this rapper who bragged about robbing ATMs in songs is arrested for the same crime.
Oh.
And shut the fuck up. A Texas man who bragged about robbing ATMs in his songs was arrested along with 3 others for committing the crime. LaDejan Riley, I hope I'm saying that right, but you in jail. You ain't gonna hear this. LaDejan Riley, who is 30, was arrested earlier this week along with Darius Dugas, who's 27, and Shashandre Dugas, 32. These names are wild. I almost cut my tongue saying the last one.
So funny.
There's one more, and Christopher Alton, who's 27. Oh, Christopher has a
I can do that.
For robbing an ATM in Tennessee. Dixon police said in an arrest report that the 4 suspects were arrested after they checked out at a local motel. Investigators said that 2 of the suspects approached the victim from behind and reportedly told him not to do anything stupid and to give them the money. Moments later, the 2 suspects entered a Hyundai Elantra through a local Hertz rental car service. Later on, the group filled a second vehicle with the money they stole from various ATMs. Riley, aka 213 Jug God. Riley, aka 213 Jug God.
Okay.
Wow, this story is stressing me out. Robbing ATMs in his latest song, Make It Home, which was released on YouTube 2 months prior to his arrest. And his stint as a rapper was mocked by the Houston Police Officers Union in a Facebook post. Irony, when you make a rap song called Make It Home about bank jugging and hitting ATMs out of state and then don't make it home to Houston, the post reads. Ooh, the cops be shady.
I gotta go. This is funny.
LaDejan, Jug God, Riley, jinxed the whole gang. Great job again. Metropolitan Nashville Police Department. We're going to miss these 4 so much. Wow, the shade don't stop. 13 Seattle reported that jugging means following behind unsuspecting victims, and Riley was already released on a felony bond. Dugas also has a previous record for felony gun charge in Harris County. Social media reacts to the robbery case and cites many rappers who are convicted of crimes based on lyrics. The robbery case led to several opinions on social media where many feel that rappers should be more careful about revealing other aspects of their personal lives that may be used against them in the courtroom. The FBI is currently looking into the case as all 4 are being charged federally for the crime. Additionally, they are investigating whether the group committed the same crimes in different parts of the country for more information. I'm noticing that is a trend right now of people like putting certain lyrics that are also incriminating. Yeah. Like it's happening with Gunna, it's happening with Young Thug. And I just want to know, what the fuck? You niggas have never watched Law and Order in the shows. Because what is happening? What is happening? First off, not you robbing an ATM, it's giving barbershop.
I forgot about that. Oh shoot.
It's given barbershop.
I
And
love
also,
this.
we're robbing ATMs at motels, not even hotels. So what are we aspiring towards?
Yeah,
like I
agree.
What's
Do it big if you're gonna do it.
Don't go to Krispy Kreme for one free donut. Get a dozen. Like the intention is not there for me. How do y'all feel about this shit? I know it's ghetto.
It's ghetto.
It's a hot mess.
There's no organization. I thought we have there we go, our generation, such a niche to flex. Like, I did this, I did that. You feel untouchable, but we're not thinking behind it. So we just kind of say shit, then they come back on us.
Yes.
We say freedom of speech and all that stuff. That stuff's still there. Words are powerful in a lot of ways and can get your ass caught up too.
Legit.
Look. So, that's my barbershop. I love it.
So Jen, under what circumstances would you consider robbing an ATM?
Under what circumstances? Ooh,
right answer only.
This will come back to haunt me.
Not me trying to set you up for the kill. All right, forget the answer. Forget it. I was just like, yo, what is happening in the world? What is going on? I look at the news every day and I just shake my head and I'm like, I don't think I want to bring kids into this world. And wow. Those are the two thoughts every morning.
I don't even watch it. It's bad. I gotta say that.
It's bad, but this guy I'm talking to is like, it's like imperative for him to watch the news because he's like, I have to know what's going on around me. I'm like, it's just so heavy and depressing. And it's a constant reminder that the world, and Florida specifically, is very ghetto.
Yeah, I agree. It's their own thing.
Yeah, like clean it up, y'all. Damn. But that was all for bitch. You better read. All right, y'all. Now it is time to get to know our guests, the ladies of Speak Up JV.
Hey.
You know what? We're okay. You know what? Let me play y'all intro for today's topic.
Hey.
All right. Y'all better be on the beat.
Oh yeah, don't we move to some bars?
All right.
It's time to speak up. Hey, love that. That was good.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So Jen and V, y'all said that y'all met in college 10 years ago. So what inspired you to start Speak Up JV? And what does that title mean?
Yeah, so we met in college. We became really close. We really love speaking life into people.
Okay.
We were both teased for our voices in like younger school. Like my voice was real deep when I was charging too. So like we knew we had like unique voices. We love speaking to people, giving advice, motivating people. And then one day we were like, why not put this on a platform and use it to help people? So that's, and Speak Up JV is our name. Speak Up and then Jen and Bernice.
I love that. A lot of people that get picked on for their voices have the best radio voices.
I agree. Yes.
They just sound good over radio waves. So I love that. And how long have you two been doing Speak Up JV?
Since 2019, so 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did it start at the Good News or was it something that you brought here?
No, we started it before the Good News.
Okay.
We were doing it for about 2 years before we came to the Good News.
And what was that process like for you guys? Like figuring out your format and like what you wanted the show to be, how you wanted to frame it. What was that process like?
I'm gonna be real with you. So we, so me and Jen, through our years of college, we lived together all 4 years.
Okay,
So we
love
have a
that.
very unique friendship because she's one of the only people on this planet I could be with 24/7, not get tired of.
Mhm.
So we got really good at talking to each other. I don't know if that makes sense. And people always listen to our conversations.
Mhm.
So one day, when we decided to do the podcast, we did a recording of us doing a conversation for about 30 minutes, and we
Mhm.
shared it with people. And we were like, y'all should know this sounds good. Y'all should go through with it. So we bought some cheap $20 mics.
Okay.
We set up something in my room. It was hot that day. I remember it. And we just started it. And then we just slowly just started, going with things that happen in our life.
Real
Anything you wanna add on?
grassroots.
Yeah.
Real grassroots. Jen, you want to add on?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say, like, our show really started out of a lot of pain. Both Bernice and I were going through a really tough time at the moment, or at the time. So we were like, why not let this out, not to help other people, but to help ourselves as well. We say our podcast is kind of like our diary to the world, in the sense of like, we know that the only way to really help people get through what they're going through is to be as transparent as possible with them. So we like to stick with the raw, authentic, even like little mistakes that we make on the show as much as possible to let people know, hey, you're not alone possibly in going through this. And just a reminder too, like, just because we dealt with things a certain way doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody. So we always remind people we're not therapists, but we're trying to be like the two homegirls that you can have a conversation with about anything you're going through.
Yeah, and sometimes that's where you get your best help, like
Mhm.
connecting with people who see you.
Yeah.
You know, okay, so I love the fact that you both mentioned that you got your $20 mics and just started there, because one of the things that Kelvin and I preach religiously on this show is just starting.
Yep.
Start from where you are. I know a lot of times we fantasize about like having the major setup and the network immediately, but sometimes you just don't have the means or the resources to do so. But still, like, you started in 2019 and now look at you, you're a part of like this major Black owned network doing your thing. So what can the people expect when they tune in to Speak Up JV?
The real. We don't sugarcoat. It's not like toxic positivity episodes like, oh yeah, take care of yourself, do a face mask. No, we talk about like really working on yourself. Like, expect to listen to the show and you're gonna end up wanting to work on yourself internally, like correctly though. Like, I think that's one thing.
I think that's
and we
important.
love to be the same people that we are on the mic. So you
Yeah.
hear this on the mic, that's us you talk to
In
us on
real
the street.
time.
Yeah.
Mhm. Jen, you have anything you want to add?
I mean, I also think too, like giving us a pat on the back that we're relatable, you know, we're funny too at certain times. Like sometimes we'll go off topic, but it still has to do with what we're talking about. But it's just showing like where conversations can go. We're not so structured. Even though we focus on like self-love and inner peace, it can be, you know, just leading to anything, like a conversation literally about anything. I think what I love most about, you know, being on the network is when we have guests and we're able to have conversations with them afterwards, like the connections that we make, and they see like,
Mhm.
oh wow, these are two real girls, you know, like really just trying to speak life into people, but also somebody you can go out with, you know, have a regular conversation with. It doesn't always have to be so like serious and just cut and dry.
Right. I mean, shit, everything is kind of serious in the world right now. So we
Lord.
need like breaks, but we need that real conversation,
Mhm.
you know? So how would you two say the growth from your podcast has been from 2019 to now being on The Good News? Like, what have you, just to like give people an idea of how they can format their own journeys and kind of like rework things along the way. You don't have to stop what you're doing to make corrections as you go, you know?
Mhm.
So how do you guys feel like that journey has been, and like what changes have you seen in Speak Up JV from 2019 versus now?
Oh my goodness, beautiful healing, a
Mhm.
lot of healing. Being able to, I'm proud of the women we're becoming. The confidence that we built, and I love when you said start wherever,
Mhm.
because yeah, when you first start, you go to our first episodes, it's staticky. We were hurt, we were not as confident as we are today, but we kept at it, and you really get better at whatever you're trying to go after.
Absolutely.
When you do it. So like, I feel like growth comes with anything that you try to start, and you can't be scared of that.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of both of us for like kind of sticking to it, and because I'm excited to see like what happens next and stuff, because I wouldn't get this back for anything. Like, I really believe like it's worth where it's going, and I feel like every stepping still prepares you for the next level. Because yeah, when we first started, we would not have been ready for a network, a live hour show, having guests. It takes time to build yourself up to get to those, or to be on stage and do like the podcast pit,
Right.
or live. We had a live show with Never Not Extra. Like, it took building up as our character, us as women, and I love it because this is a diary of our show, like Jim was saying. So we're literally learning those lessons as we do those episodes. So it's holding us accountable. Like, okay, we sat on the episode, we got to work on that lesson. We can't be on here telling people you need to do this, you need to spend time with yourself, and we out there not living by that.
Right. Jen, I'm gonna turn it to you.
I think too, like, you know, just anybody who's wanting to start something, like, don't focus on the people who are not supporting you.
Woo!
You know, like that part is going to be really hard. You're going to expect like your friends to do it or whatever, but be okay even if they don't. And then just knowing that there will be obstacles. You know, I think that's one thing that I really like to emphasize with people, because it's like on the outside, it looks pretty. Like, yeah, you see our growth, you see what we're doing in all these events, but realize there's a lot of background things, right, that are happening to even prepare the live shows, or, you know, any events that we go to or anything like that. But I am grateful to have continued going. And if you can do it with a partner, do it. You know, that way, like, if you lose motivation, at least one of you has to keep it going, or vice versa. So those would just be my 2 tips.
I love everything that you just said, especially the part about not being upset about your friends not supporting you. I now, like, this far into my creative journey, realize that your biggest supporters will probably be people you don't know.
They say that every time.
It's so true. And it's not to say anything like about my friends or anything. My friends support me and show up for me in the ways that they know how, in the ways that they can best. But I feel like just because you're doing something doesn't mean it's supposed to connect to your best friend or your family. It's supposed to reach who it's supposed to reach, you know? I met this one girl on like Facebook, just me doing like way back Wednesday, this social media post that I do, like basically about like nostalgic music and nostalgic content. And I would drop it in a Facebook group and she would always comment under it. And then she just added me on IG one day. All these years later, we've connected. Like I've seen her through her first child, like, you know, not on no doula shit. I wasn't there, but like I witnessed like her going through it and like announcing that she was pregnant. I'm like, wow, like, so, and that's the blessing part of social media, like the connection of it. So I love that you said that. So how do you feel like doing Speak Up JV with each other has strengthened your friendship and your bond and your understanding of each other? Because it's one thing to be friends, but then I think to bring a business element into it is a whole other layer.
Oh my goodness.
Jen, I'll start with you.
Go ahead. Ooh.
I was gonna say, I think for us, we really focus on each other's strengths, right? So Vernisa does a lot of the marketing, the outward stuff. I do a lot of the editing, the visuals, and the behind the scenes. And that just goes with our personalities. Like she's the extrovert out of us, and then I'm the introvert. So it kind of works for us in that aspect. But then it also helps us balance our friendship in reminding each other, like, hey, we're friends first before anything, you know, especially with people coming our way and for all kinds of inquiries. Like we're always just making sure we trust each other. We check in with each other first. So in that aspect, it's also helped strengthen our friendship. And then to just like sometimes when we're hanging out, we just are in best friend mode rather than speak up mode, and make sure that our friendship stays at the forefront of everything.
I love that. V?
I love that answer. Going off what she said, yes, I love the whole how we do our best friend time. We do because it's easy to get lost in your business and whatever you're doing. So we always said first thing we said we're putting our friendship first, and then another thing too. It's beautiful to chase after something you're passionate about with your best friend. Like it's not often you meet a best friend that is passionate about the same thing that you are.
Yeah,
you know. So I think it makes our friendship even stronger. Like no, we're both going after the same thing. We got each other through it. We check in, and something. It's just the smallest decision. We always write each other. We make sure it goes with the norms of our friendship, our morals as friends. Is this something we want to do together? Whatever. And we always check with each other. So I think it makes it stronger. It holds some more accountability to us.
And then I think like just talking about you two starting on a foundation of like being in hurt spaces and all of that stuff. And then like everything happens for a reason. And you know, that doesn't mean that we want it to happen. And sometimes like if we could have taken preventative measures, we would have, but it's like, look what came out of it. You have Speak Up JV, you have a friendship of 10 years and it's still going. Like, these are the gifts. These are the gifts. Like me personally, like I love me some Kelvin. I love me some Kelvin. Like before we did this, we weren't necessarily close because we're frat brothers. We're both Sigmas. But he was in Kentucky and I was in New York. And then when I came out here, we connected and you know, we weren't like super close, but we both knew we had an interest in entertainment. And then like he let me stay with him for a week when I was going through my period of homelessness. And like the radio show kind of happened in that time as well. And now like I just feel like he knows everything before I'm about to say it. Like I don't ever have to think too hard with Kelvin. Like it's just, that's the type of friendship where it's effortless. And I'm so grateful to him and like the Good News for giving us that space. Now you both mentioned the love of having your interests aligned. So is media and radio something that you are both interested in, or like is it like a part of your passion while you focus on something else? What are you guys interested in like outside of Speak Up JV?
Honestly, making an impact. So I feel like the media part helps us do that, like creates that platform for us to make that impact. Like we both have an interest in like, you know, one day wanting to have like community events, you know, being able to give back, hold things together, you know. So I feel like it aligns. I'll say growing up, yeah, always when I was a kid, I would use the voice record app and like act like I'm on the radio.
I could see that for you. I could see that.
So like play around and rap, do funny stuff. So like media always stuck out. And then my other interests, like I had it when I was in college, I had interest in law, policy and stuff like that. So it's just, but I'm really loving this way of where I'm going. You know, kind of take things day by day. One thing I learned, we're not. You know, they make us think we have to have everything in order, like exactly what we want. And honestly, that changes every day as you grow as a person. But the more we've been doing this, I'm like, you know, it's definitely a push towards this direction.
Yeah.
But I don't know for Jen.
And Jen, like, what is is media and radio like your main focus, or like you in another field?
Well, for work, I am in another field. I work at a law firm, but
Wow,
for
y'all both be talking y'all shit with the policy and law. All right. Okay.
um,
Keep going.
but for interest, I never thought radio or media would be an interest for me, like especially being not so out there with people, more on the reserve side. But I have always loved like performing. I was in band for 3 years. I did choir for 2 years. Like I've just always been liking that aspect in being in front of people, but I never knew talking would be something that I would do in front of people because I used to be a really shy person when I was younger. So throughout the years, like really finding my voice and finding the strength that I have in that voice. Like I didn't realize that when I talk, people listen. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, And then like Renisa was saying, the fact that media and radio gives us that platform for more people to be reached, that really helps, because my biggest thing is learning about people, like what makes people function, their conversations, their mindset, all type of things. I have the background in sociology, and so like learning about people's conversations and everything was always a big thing, and being able to do that on a platform like this really just helped spark that. But initially I would say no, but now it definitely is a big interest for me.
I love that. And it's not too far off your initial interest. I think it's just a different medium.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the thing that you learned most about yourself through doing Speak Up JV individually?
Sorry.
I'm a journalist too, so sometimes.
Shoot. You know what? I grew up very timid. I used to stutter a lot when I was a kid. My voice was silenced. I came from I have a lot of childhood trauma. So Speak Up has shown me how much of a voice I have and how powerful my voice can be. The gift that I have, I'm tapping more into myself and what I can use it for, like from being this silenced little girl to now using it. So I feel like I've learned that I can have confidence and I can't go use it.
And that your voice matters.
Yeah, voice matters. That's a big one.
I get that. That's
mine.
Jen.
I think for me, I've learned that anything is possible. You never know where life is going to take you, where you're going to stumble upon, who you're going to meet, but that even though anything is possible, it is up to you, right? That life is full of the choices that you decide to make. So because we all come from pain and hurt and everything, everybody has a story, right? So it's all about what we do with that. And I think what I'm learning about myself is that I'm choosing a different path, like rather than letting the pain affect me and hold me back from everything, I want to go the opposite way. Like I want to use my pain as my strength instead. So with this show in the 3 years, I've learned like, wow, I don't have to be defined by what I went through at the beginning when starting this podcast, and that I can be a better woman every single day. And if I can help other people along the way, that's even better too. But more of a focus on me, because I want people to see me as who I am on the show and off the show as well.
Right. I love that. I love that so much. Okay. Well, these were the ladies of Speak Up JV. Woo! Now I want you guys to plug the show, of course. Tell the people when and where they can catch you.
So you can follow us on Instagram at Speak Up JV, on Twitter at Speak Up JV, and we also we're on the Good News live every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we also do bi-weekly episodes. So our YouTube channel, Spotify, and all that. Those episodes are shorter, so they're a little more they're shorter. They're more like serious, and our Good News ones are more like our personality because they're longer episodes. So yeah,
got it. I love that. Come on, Speak Up JV. Hold on. Is it? All right.
You got it. He's doing it over here.
Look, next week I'm gonna come in like a pro for this board. I'm gonna be like I know how to do this.
You'll kick him off and you do it. Right? I love it.
And that was all for the topic, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
I love that it's y'all's voice on your intro. Like that's so telling. Like your show is gonna have personality.
It's coming.
Yeah, I love that. All right, and now it is time for the question of the day. So today's question of the day, with all the wildness that's happening in the world, I don't think I was listening to this conversation on the Breakfast Club, and it was Amanda Seales. And she was basically talking about how she finds it hard to celebrate her wins when the world is in turmoil.
Ooh.
Because, especially when you have a major platform, a lot of people are looking like, what was the word? it was like someone wanted to celebrate buying an Airbnb property or closing on it, and then the people in the comments were you making it affordable housing? And it's like, damn, you can't even celebrate your wins. So I want to ask you too, what is something that you feel like you've overlooked but deserves to be celebrated in your own lives?
Oh, our own lives.
I'll let you think about it. For me, I feel like the basic necessities are what I've overlooked. Like the fact that I've sustained a roof over my head for almost 4 years at this point after coming out of homelessness.
Yes.
I need to celebrate that a lot more. The fact that I'm able to make sure I have food, the fact that I'm able to, if a friend needs somewhere to stay, I can house them for a certain period of time. Like the fact that I've been able to keep up with dues for the good news. Like those things I think I often overlook because it's like kind of what you feel like you have to do just for the sake of survival, but it's still an accomplishment.
It is.
Like people are struggling to pay for gas. People are struggling to pay for food. There's a tampon shortage. There's like, baby formula shortage. Like shit's going awry. So the fact that I'm able to afford basic necessities needs to be celebrated.
Yeah, we're going to clap. Go ahead. Woo! I love that. No, that was a great answer. I would say the fact that I haven't quit. You know, I think we don't give ourselves enough credit. The fact that you got up and you tried again every single day, even if things don't go. And I would say my mindset of having a growth mindset. I feel like I don't give myself enough credit for like always trying to look for a solution and figuring shit out. Like it's funny because when I turned 28 this year. When I turned 28, one of my mottos was I'm gonna start celebrating myself more. And going off what you just said about the Man of Seals, celebrities are still human. They're accomplishing things, and they can bring awareness to stuff. But I think we all need to be celebrating ourselves, celebrity or not, and doing that. So.
Absolutely. When was your birthday?
January 27th.
You're an Aquarius.
We were both Aquariuses.
Oh, I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, okay. You out your money. I love
January
that.
11th.
Oh, right there. Okay.
We're right there. 16
January
days apart.
Babies. Okay.
Jen, your birthday you're an Aquarius, but when?
February 9th.
February 9th. Okay. Love that. We're right here on the chain.
We all here.
Connected. All right, Jen, what do we need to celebrate? Talk to us.
I would say for me, just I guess keeping my sanity, keeping my mind like as chaos free as possible. I've been big on working on my inner peace this year. Like, if it's not serving me, then I don't want it. And I know especially in these times, it's really hard to do that. So I would celebrate that for myself because I could just easily get lost in everything that's going on in the world and whatever. And even though I care and I wish I could do more, like I'm also keeping my boundaries for my mental health. And I've been very proud of doing that because at the beginning of the year I was going through a few things and now it's like getting a little bit better. So I'm celebrating myself for my mental health right now.
Woo!
Come on. And we're gonna applause for that too.
She got one so good.
Because baby, it's hard. It is really hard to keep your sanity in this world. Like, I mean, shit, we went through Bitch You Better Read. You know what's going on. People robbing ATMs at motels. Like, it's a lot happening in the world. So shout outs to you. And we spoke about this at the top of the show. Keep your peace. Find your peace, find your joy. And a lot of times I used to pray for people to be happy, but then I was told that happy is a fleeting emotion, but joy is something that you can find every day in everything, inside, right? So I love that. Even the piece that you gave me earlier about just like being committed to finding that joy and living your best life.
Yes.
So I love that. Thank you guys so much again for coming in. We have one more commercial break, but this has been a joy and so good for my spirit.
Yes.
And we have one more commercial break, but this has been a joy and so good for my spirit.
Yes.
Hey, Jackie, what's wrong?
I'm over here running around trying to tell everybody about the Podcast Pit.
What's the Podcast Pit?
I'm glad you asked. The Podcast Pit is an event where you will find some of your favorite podcasts performing in front of a live audience.
Will there be food and drinks there?
Of course there will be. It's at Joxer Dailies in Culver City. They have a full bar and a full menu.
Hey, I may need to tell people about this as well.
Yes, come with me. Let's tell them. The Podcast Pit is coming.
The Podcast Pit is coming.
What's up, friends? It's IE and Friends. We're here at the Podcast Pit LA. It was so fun. We came to rep the IE. I think we did a pretty good job. So shout out to the Podcast Pit for having us. Shout out to TGN. You guys should definitely check them out. You should check me out, Saul V. Gomez.
Y'all can find me at I Know Caesar on IG. You can find me at airbear_IE on IG.
And you guys can find the podcast at IE and Friends on every social media network except for OnlyFans. That's coming soon. So stay tuned. So follow us and follow TGN Podcast Pit. Have a good day, guys.
Hey, Peyton, you know what I've been craving lately? Some ice cream.
Then we have to go to Slush and Roll. They have the best handmade ice cream rolls. You can add any toppings you like. Sprinkles, crushed Oreos, and my favorite, marshmallows. And you can top it off with whipped cream or delicious chocolate drizzle.
I just looked them up, and you can find them at 12742 Crenshaw Boulevard in Hawthorne, California. And they even have vegan options, too.
They sure do. And they are open from Tuesday to Sunday, 12 to 8 p.m.
And I just followed them on Instagram at Slush and Roll. Sounds too good. Let's go right now.
Yay!
Hey there, business owners. Don't miss our limited time offer. Advertise on the Good News Radio as low as $2 per commercial slot. That's right. Promote your business up to 4 times a day, every day for a month on live radio. If you're interested, email us at contact@tgnradio.net. Once again, that's contact@tgnradio.net.
Fee fi. You already know what that means. We're live from the den. Devontae Green, proud founder and CEO of the Giants Den, also co-host Live from the Den.
Yes, indeed. Danny Crumble, co-founder of the Giants Den, also co-host from Live from the Den. Excited to engage in these conversations.
Yes, leadership, self-improvement, real conversations that Black men have or need to be having. Tune in Monday nights, 7:30. TGN Talk.
And it's only one way to end this powerfully. 1, 2, 3. Salute.
Hey, my name is Jasmine Sweets, and I'm so excited to be bringing you the Sweet Spot on TGN Vibes, Good Vibes, and R&B. Playing the old school, new school, and in between. I'm coming to you this summer. Stay tuned.
Are you looking for the best barbershop experience? Then the Locker Room Barbershop is the place for you. Check them out at their new location, located at 16900 Lakewood Boulevard, Unit 204 in Bellflower, California. If you would like to book an appointment, you can check.
And we are back. You are listening to the Get Right Radio Show with the baddest bitch on the block, Eric Devontae, and I have the amazing ladies of Speak Up JV. And we are, well, that was all for the question of the day. Let me make sure I close that out. Give Destiny their things. And now it is time for If I Told You That. So today's If I Told You That is, if you could choose your soulmate before you were born, who would it be?
It could be like a celebrity.
Yeah. It could be a celebrity.
Michael B. Jordan. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna have to stir the pot right now.
Look, I mean, he's a free agent. Wait,
Yes,
is he?
yes.
I saw
and
him.
he Aquarius. He got Jim birthday.
Oh, so y'all connected.
And Jen's my friend's soulmate, my best friend. She's my, I feel like on this life, she's my best friend.
All right, it's the alignment for
I think
me.
it's an alignment.
Mhm.
Look.
I love that. No, I was saying, like, I feel like he's back on the market because, of course, him and Lori broke up. However, I think that there was another headline about him moving on to someone else. Like, I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Her.
You think? Was it her? Damn,
I
Lori
saw-
don't play.
Yeah, I saw. I mean, I don't know if it was rumor.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
They said it was Jack Harlow. It was a rumor. I saw a post. I don't know if
would
that's real.
gag.
Like, don't call me. I saw it on Instagram. But, people be lying.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
I don't know. Don't. Yeah.
Oh, Michael B. Jordan, that's hot.
That's what.
That man look good.
That's a nice looking man, ain't
Yeah,
it? I don't understand what.
I know that's right. You better run down before Lori spin the block again.
I'm gonna say it on here.
Look, right, put it out there in the universe. Jen,
I'm not sure, to be honest.
not sure.
Really?
That's fair. But like, okay, so like, give me your top 3 celebrity crushes. No pressure on making them your soulmate.
Ooh, I don't know.
Oh, maybe that was a little too heavy.
Look, I got this on my website. I was like, all right, we're going with it.
I like that. Well, Quincy Brown was
Okay.
a celebrity crush. Michael Ealy.
All right.
He does like
Even though after For Color Girls, it's
I'm
hard.
gonna answer her third one. Can I answer it? 50 Cent.
2005, 50 Cent though.
Is it really? Like, are we talking like Get Rich or Die Trying 50 Cent or like now current BMF 50 Cent?
No, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh, yo, I was lusting. Get Rich or Die Trying 50 Cents.
That's a fine.
That was a man.
That was
Now a mess. And he doesn't look bad. It's just the way he carries himself is like, oh my goodness. It's social
He was
media.
so fine. Coming down
It's so fine. Him and all of G Unit, honestly. It was a train. Do we have a train sound effect? We don't have a train sound effect. But
He
it could
said
be
it was a train.
It was a
I'm
train.
done.
Look, fuck it.
Men were just woo.
Me and 50 Cent back then.
When he was upside down on that thing, huh?
Look, let me up there with you. But Jen, I'm sorry, I'm backing off. I'm backing off. My bad. Mine is in the same realm as Jen. Probably not the healthiest, but the game.
I was thinking, yeah, that's my other one. Yeah,
man forever.
Same taste.
Yeah, I want that man to run me down.
That's a fine.
Like
too.
misalign my spine. Like run me down. Like we can take it to the top. Hit me with your car. Like I just feel I don't know what kind of kink I get from that, but it's something about the dominance in that situation. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm here for it.
I like it.
Absolutely. And that was all for If I Told You That.
Oh my goodness.
This show is a mess. Okay, and well, this is actually Kelvin's segment, but since he's not here, I am going to do my part and hopefully give y'all something to take home. Mind you, this is supposed to be an uplifting segment,
Here we
and
go.
that's
Let's
the
see.
intro.
Hey.
I want to focus more on the topic of celebrating life.
Okay, I like that.
Just because like loss in life is inevitable, and I think a lot of times we focus on the things that are out of our control or the things that we don't want to happen.
Yeah.
But I think we can focus more on what's happening in the now. Like, what is going right in your life? What do you have control over? What are your dreams, your hopes, your desires, your goals and aspirations? And take those steps. Tomorrow is not promised to anyone. Like, we joke all the time about the world being ghetto, but like, let's keep it a bean. Shit is really happening to people daily. So for everyone out there who is on the verge of like doing something for themselves, be proud of that. Be selfish about that. Be intentional about that. If you want to move into a studio apartment, if you want to get a new car, whether it's a Ferrari or a Kia, like, don't be ashamed of being where you are and being intentional about what you want. I see a lot of people on social media. There was this girl, she posted like this 98 Nissan Altima, and people were like, I don't know why you think that's an accomplishment, girl. That's a bucket. I'm like, it's a fucking car.
She rolling it.
It's her first car. And aside from celebrating your wins, don't allow people to dictate your joy. Do not let people take that from you. Go for what you want. I might be rambling here. I'm trying to find the
You're
words.
speaking. Come on.
Don't let people take your joy. I know a lot of times there's this bag right now that Balenciaga is releasing that has like a neon light under it. You know how the car doors have the tint that has the label of it, and someone was like, you can get the same bag at Coach without the light for $100. And I was like, you know what, if you want the Balenciaga bag and you can afford it, get it. Be safe because people is watching. But also, if you can only afford a Michael Kors or a Coach bag, be proud of that shit, and don't let anyone feel like you're not where you're supposed to be just because you don't feel like you have the means for that right now. This weekend or at the start of this week, find something that you've always wanted to start and just go for it. Don't be afraid of being a rookie. Don't be afraid of being a novice, because you can't be a master before a rookie. So like, put yourself in these spaces, have fun, be goofy, celebrate people that truly enjoy and embrace your energy. Don't feel like you have to tolerate those who don't. You don't need anyone in your life who's not pouring into you. And make sure you're reciprocating that, because a lot of us have some really solid friends that make sure they pour into us. Make sure that you are a mirror reflection of your friends and your family. And yeah, just find your joy. Be happy, celebrate. Don't let anyone take that from you, and exist. Exist. That's all I got.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. All right. Wow. And that is the point of the show, where it's time for us to get ready to get. I don't know why that pops up like that. It's time for us.
When it goes idle. When it goes idle.
Oh, is that what? You gotta always be tapping it. Oh, I've learned a lot today. I've learned a lot today. Speaking of learning a lot, I'm going to Wendy's.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Yeah. What have y'all learned today?
Literally, what you reminded me to enjoy life some more.
I love that.
That was my motto, but you just confirmed it. It was like that. Okay, doing it right.
Yeah, I just like, because a lot of us have a lot of great things going on, but I don't, like you were saying, you don't feel like you get to see like Black joy or just joy in general. We're not in certain spaces, and a lot of times people don't prioritize their luxury. People don't make time to travel. People are always like, oh, I'll have the money to do it next year, but it's like, who's to say you're gonna make it to next year?
That's wrong.
Like, what do people say when you have like $500 in your bank account and the flight is $497 and you still book it? Fuck it. Make sure you can eat,
The
but like
dollar menu.
like spend on yourself, spend on your life experiences, like make your life memorable and worth like remembering, you know? Jen, what have you learned today?
I've learned to prioritize your joy. I like that a lot. I think I needed that reminder because, yeah, like it's so easy to find problems if we want to, right? Like anywhere, you know, or even in our own personal lives. But with your message, it's just a reminder of like, why do that when life is really short? You know, I've been reminding myself that lately too. Like life is short. You are not even guaranteed the end of today. So why spend it fighting with your loved ones or, you know, just finding problems that aren't even there when in reality you are blessed to just even be breathing today and just making it, being able to talk, you know, being able to eat, have a roof over your head, whatever it is. You're not too late for your life, you know, but it's time to really take that time to enjoy it.
You better fucking speak. You better speak, JV. There.
I was waiting. I love it.
Oh, that was so good though. Like looking for problems a lot of times. I think a lot of times we fantasize and romanticize shit going wrong.
All day.
And we don't think about what's going right. We do not think about what's going right. I think a lot of times it takes for someone outside of us to tell us the good things that we're doing and that we have going on, which is great. But I think if you constantly need someone to pour into you for you to remember the good that you have going on, you'll always kind of be in a state of like, you have to be your biggest cheerleader at all times. Like the support that you crave from other people, you have to give it to yourself. Because if you are giving it to yourself, chances are you're not really looking for it. You're not looking for it from others.
Yep.
No, you're be your own endless supply. So yeah, I mean, you ladies have taught me a lot today. Like I love when people come on this show and then speak about their journeys, how, you know, it wasn't necessarily the goal to get to this point now, but you were led by passion and intuition, and it led you to have a show that spans over 3 years at this point. Like that's an accomplishment just from the start of your friendship and maybe like some traumatic moments as well. So I've been reminded to always follow your gut, connect with like-minded individuals, put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to be a rookie, because eventually you won't be a rookie. I've learned that if you are going to rob an ATM, don't rap about it. That was a big one for me. I've learned, what else have I been reminded from that you better read? I have learned that Krispy Kreme is trying to get the girls. Y'all working on y'all summer bodies and they trying to fuck y'all up. Krispy Kreme actually don't give a fuck about y'all. Watch the brands you support. I've been reminded. Been reminded to delete all my social media accounts. Well, not delete them, but clean them up. Clean up your social medias to all my aspiring entertainers.
That's huge.
And yeah, that's pretty much been it. But I want to thank you guys so much for coming on, for sharing your knowledge, for sharing the good news of Speak Up JV, and just for what you do, for being a part of the Good News family. Like it's a pleasure connecting with you guys, and it's been an honor having you on this episode of The Get Right.
Oh, this was a pleasure. Thank you so much. Oh, this was cool. Get to know you some more too.
Yeah. So now the next time I see y'all, I can really like connect and be like, nah, I know y'all, you know, not no passing by type shit. It's like, oh shit, V, Jen, oh, it's that, you know. Okay, so tell the people where they can keep up with you guys on social media as well as Speak Up JV.
Oh, like a personal? Mine is at Vernisa. That is V as in Victor, ERNISA. And I know on Twitter at Hi Vernisa.
Okay.
And then I don't Jen, her accounts ain't up right now. So.
Nope, I ain't got social media no more.
You know, that might be really good for the mental too.
Yeah,
really good.
Because social media is a wild place. Social media is a wild place. And I know that you said you guys have snippets of your podcast on like Spotify and other streaming platforms.
Episodes.
Okay, so like this is the full length is on the Good News.
No, we do two separate shows.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wait, so what's the show?
Speak Up JV Live and Unfiltered is the Good News one, and then Speak Up JV is our original one we started.
Oh,
yeah. So we do those like we're on video.
Okay,
on those, yeah.
Got you. So plug those two so that way if people just want all the Speak Up JV that they can get it from each platform.
Yeah. So if you go to our at Speak Up JV Instagram, click our link tree and everything's there. Our Good News, app to the Good News, and then our YouTube channel, Spotify, Apple, all that's up there. So
I love
You
that.
can subscribe and all that.
Perfect.
Yeah, tap in. Got some new episodes coming. New episode coming out this weekend, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plug it. And when will it be available?
What day, Jen?
Saturday.
Okay. Perfect.
Talking
So we
about
got a good 6
receiving.
days.
We're talking about being open to receiving support and genuine love.
I love
So that's what that
that.
episode's about.
All right, now y'all better drop gems. Preach a good word. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, you can keep up with me on IG at The World According to Eric, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Eric Devante, TikTok at Eric Devante Russell 3, and my Cash App. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got right. That's right. You better get right or get left, bitch. You better get right. Oh, I miss Kelvin. He's supposed to feel that.
It's okay. That's how I felt.
Bye, Jen.
Woo! Bye, guys.
Thank you. And she's great.
That was